येन त्वया भारत तैलपूर्णः प्रज्वलितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। ॐ ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरुर्पदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोः कृपा। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। कृष्ण भगवान की जय, गीता महारानी की जय। हरि ओम। We are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, and yesterday we saw the 28th sloka. Samam pasyani sarvatra samavasthitam ishwaram na hinasti atmana atmanam tato jati param gatim. Because he who sees the same Lord equally dwelling everywhere does not destroy the self by the self. He goes to the highest goal. He reaches the target. He does not destroy his own self. How it is? Self is understood in various ways. Self is body, self is senses, self is mind also, intellect also, prana also. The indwelling, the indweller, also the self, individual self. In this way, self meaning differs as you compare with the different things. The central, essential object is known as the self. So, when the indweller, the individual self, identifies itself with the indweller self only, not with the body. Though the body is destroyed, he is not concerned. So he is not the slayer of the self. Here this self means one self is indweller, the inhabitant inside the body. The other self is the body, physical body, made up of annamaya kosh, which gets destroyed at the time of death. It is gross, it is composed by 5 elements, it has to decompose also. So, you see, we compose some medicines from different salts and acids and many things. And it has got expiry date. Every medicine will have expiry date. For some time it will keep up its efficiency intact, and after that efficiency is destroyed. So the expired medicines should be thrown out. This is how the body is composed by some elements, and it will be decomposed when the time is over. Just as the vehicles, we get permission, license, registration only for some years, say 15 years. After that, it has to be thrown out. No more you can use it. It is dangerous. Any time it may face accident, so it is dangerous. So old bodies should be thrown out, or else they will have their accident in the bathrooms. The last fight of old people, they fight the Mahabharata battle in bathrooms. They will fall down, the body will get destroyed. So what has to be done? Before time, when it is expired, it should be given to the kabadis. Kabadi kaun hai? Who is collector of all these useless things? Nature. It is brought from nature. It will go to the nature. Again there will be recycling. Nature repeats. Same thing will be used in different way. So what happens? One who knows he is not the body, he is the inner self, then by the destruction of the body, he is never concerned, and he will not be called the destroyer of the body, because he is different. So in this way, na hinasti atmana atmanam tato jati param gatim. So he attains the highest slowly, by and by. He is never concerned with the physical body. And now we shall see the 29th sloka, which says, प्रकृत्येव च कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः यः पश्यति तथात्मानम् अकर्तारं स पश्यति। प्रकृतेः एव सर्वाणि कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि. One who knows, one who sees, he sees that, one who sees clearly, rightly, he sees that all actions are performed by nature alone, and that the self is actionless. So here we can have the doubt. Just before he said, Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam savar jangamam kshetra kshetrajna sanyogat tad vidhi bharatar sabha. Just now he said in 26th sloka, whatever a being is born, wherever a being is born, whether unmoving or moving, know thou, O best of the Bharatas, Arjuna, that it is from the union of between the field and the knower of the field. When they get together, then only something is manifested. So here he says, Prakrite eva karmani kriyamanani sarvasa. Everything is done by the nature only nature. One who sees this, he is a real seer, he is non-doer, he never becomes the doer. So without involvement of the Purusa, the indweller, the individual self, Jivatma, how can Prakriti do all this? Is this not the doubt here? Contradictory to both each other? So we shall clarify how all the beings are one. Yavat sanjayate kinchit, the 26th. Kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetrajna sanyogat tad vidhi bharatarsava. We have seen it before, but there should not be any contradiction in understanding in both these slokas. They say same thing but in different language. Yavat sanjayate sattvam, wherever something is born, manifested, kinchit, anything. Sattvam means here it is called the being. Sthavara jangamam, unmoving, unmoving, both living and non-living, moving, non-moving. And sattvam is known as being. Why? How? Technically we should understand it. You see, sattvam is a part of the Prakriti, nature. Nature has three qualities, isn't it? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Sattva is the highest, purest, subtlemost and dominating. And Rajas is little weaker, more quicker, more restless and grosser than the Sattva. But it is in the Sattva, in the qualities, qualities just as a three-dimensional picture. One picture only, one nature only. When you see it from different angles, it appears to be different from each other. Angles differ means the vision will differ. That's why we always discuss you should see everything from all-round vision, from 360-degree vision. Then only you can have a clear vision. Now, Prakriti means Mula Prakriti, the primordial energy, power is known as three qualities. When they are in balanced state, it is not known as quality nor nature. Nature is unmanifested, just as the potency hidden in the seed which is not germinated. The potency is there. Nobody has any doubt in it. When the favorable conditions will be available, then the seed will germinate, there will be a sprout, and you will see the form of the beginning of the tree or the plant, whatever seed it is. The nature starts manifesting, and that is not always when favorable conditions are available, then only. So there is a tendency hidden in the seed which is ever ready to manifest, but it is not yet manifested. That is how the Prakriti remains silent in the Purusha. The fire is everywhere there present. In the wood, fire is there. In the matchstick, fire is there. When you strike it, then only fire is visible. Then only you see it. Or else there is no fire visible in the matchstick. When there is movement, then only the nature is manifested. Movement means unsteadiness. And then all these three qualities are visible from one angle, just as the one object has different shadows from different angles. You see, in Yoga Vasishtha class, we see how many shadows in the inside the glass window. How many shadows? How many reflections? One is inside the other, one is different from the other, one is clearer than the other, one is less clearer than the other. From different angles it appears differently. But the every object and the reflection is the same. From different angles it looks different. That is due to your quality of the vision. Just as we see, some people see two moons due to defective eyes, defective eyesights. Some people see the outside world as only yellow because of defective eyesight caused by jaundice. In this way, what we see by our eyes, that we believe, and that is not the reality. It differs, it changes. When the eyes change, the eyesight changes, and the angles change, the objects change, the light changes. How many causes are there for one vision? That's how our vision is always defective and subject to change. So here, whatever is visible, that is due to the association of the Purusa with Prakriti. Prakriti is nature. Nature associates with the Purusa, holder of the nature. That means Prakriti starts manifesting. When it is silent, it is only one Purusa, the holder of the nature. Fire. Fire is there, but it is visible when its light and heat is manifested. Then only fire is visible. Or else fire is invisible. But there is fire in the matchstick. Similarly, here we have to see the same thing here also. Prakriteva hi karmani kriyamanani sarvasa. So there is no difference. When Prakriti starts manifesting, all the actions are done. Purusa is there in the background, but the doer is the Prakriti, the nature. There is no contradiction here. Without the background screen, you cannot draw a picture. And when the picture is drawn, the background is invisible. It is hidden up. Before that, the screen was there, no picture was seen. But picture was there. In a white paper, whatever you think, it is there present. That's how they say. Even the philosophers and the modern scientists, they are of one opinion. The whole world is a play of energy. Play of energy means energy plays the game. It becomes imbalanced, and then the vibrations are created, and Prakriti is nothing but, nature is nothing but, the energy is nothing but vibratory system, changing system. And change is nothing but the movements. In this way, Prakriti does everything, but behind the Prakriti, the substratum is the Purusa, the holder. Without the glass, there is no water. The water is, when you drink the water, you know what is water. But before that, it is only the glass. And without glass, you cannot deal with water. This this fact should be clear, without any doubts and contradictions. Both are in one, two in one, one in two. How it is? In the mirror you see the distance of the different images, different reflections. Is there really any distance? It is your eyes. We see like that. All these confusions because of your defective or changing visions. So here he says, he sees rightly, who sees that all actions are performed by the nature alone, and that the self is actionless. Actionless means always the state of equilibrium. The background screen is pictureless, but it holds all the pictures. Without that, nothing can be done. You see, there are everything in the white paper. Whatever you think, you can manifest it. That is invisible, unmanifested. The moment you draw 3 lines, it becomes A for you or triangle for you. Some form is made in formless. That is by nature. The E was there, it is now manifesting. That's how it becomes visible. And visibility is formation. That is called being. It is unlimited is limited. Invisible becomes visible with a form, and the moment it has a form, it has to be a name, or else it cannot be identified. So names and forms, the moment you see the picture in the or letter in the white paper, you forget the white paper. That is overlooked. You look at the line or the alphabet written there, or the picture, or some other lines drawn there. The unmanifested white paper has now been manifested with some form, and you forget the unlimited whiteness. Now you are centered on the form, limited form. That's how your vision also is limited. And that's how the whole world, you forget the inner invisible holder, substratum of everything, and you see the forms only and names only. And that's how your relation is only with the names and forms, and hidden treasure is ever hidden, never revealed. It is there. It is there. Nature is responsible for all activities. The self is beyond all action. It is the silent witness only. He who witness means holder also. Everything. If there is no audience, there is no match. There is no fighting. He who experiences thus is the real seer or sage. Self is beyond all action. It is the silent witness only. This is to be understood. He who knows that all actions proceeding from the five organs of knowledge, the five organs of action and mind and the intellect are prompted by nature, and that the self is actionless. Really he sees. He alone sees really. He who identifies himself with the body and mind and the senses and foolishly thinks that the self is the actor is an ignorant man. He sees only with the physical eyes. He has no inner eye of intuition. The correct, decisive, right vision is called intuitional eyes. The sky remains motionless, but the clouds move across the sky. Even so, the self is actionless, but nature does everything. The self is destitute of any limiting adjunct. Just as there is no variety in ether, so also there is no variety in the self. Varieties means differences. It is one homogeneous essence. It is free from any kind of characteristics. It has got no qualities. The self is qualityless, actionless, just as in your practical science class, chemistry class, they give some water or something, some sugar or something to find out its nature, its qualities. The water is odorless, tasteless, but it appears blue. It appears sometimes tasty, sweet water. It is only attributed like that, but it is in reality it is odorless and tasteless. Similar, the sky is colorless, changeless, and it has got no qualities. But we attribute qualities to it. We say evening sky, beautiful sky, clear sky, cloudy sky, foggy sky, or it is blue sky, red sky. In the morning how it looks, bright sky, golden sky. It appears like that. That is not of the sky, but of your vision. Your eyes are responsible. As they see, it looks like that. So, in this way, The Purusha is actionless, qualityless, and when it is seen, when it is perceived, only we perceive the nature of it, and we see the nature changing, doing some actions, and with sattva, rajas, tamas, so it forms something, it gets color, it gets smell, it gets sound, name, it gets some taste also. All these are your senses only. It is not the object. Object is qualityless. You see, same fan, whether it is good or bad, it depends upon time, space, conditions, use of it. How do you use it? Same fan is so pleasant in summer days and so rejectable in winter nights. Whether the fan is good or bad, it appears to be good or bad according to your use. That use also is called value. When you value it according to time, space and conditions, situations, your visions, your needs, all these facts are concerned, then only it becomes good or bad. In this world, nothing is good, nothing is bad. As you see it, so it looks. So now, know it clearly, the Purusha, the hidden screen, is non-doer. In no condition it is concerned with anything, and the nature is everything. Nature is called the doer. This is how karya karana kartrutve prakriti heturuchyate. We were discussing now. Karya karana kartrutve prakriti heturuchyate. Whatever cause and effect we see in this world, world is nothing but cause and effect cycle. And whatever we see, it is done by Prakriti only, nature only. The nature is the cause for all this changing cycle of cause and effect. Motion, ever changing, and that changes are in cycle, it repeats again and again, eternally. Gupta's chakra, the secret cycle, nobody sees it. And Purusaha sukha dukhanam bhoktrutve heturuchyate. It appears as if the Purusha enjoys the pleasure and pain, but really that Purusha is not the enjoyer, because the doer is the enjoyer. It belongs to the Prakriti, but it is transferred to the Purusha. Purusha seems as if it is enjoying. Purusaha sukha dukkhanam bhoktrutve heturuchyate. Without this Purusha, Prakriti cannot do anything. That's how Purusha is said to be the enjoyer. Who is the enjoyer of the picture? The screen. Screen looks like picturesque because picture is drawn on the screen. So picture is nothing but a drawing. That is nature. That is manifestation of the background screen. That's how you see. But when we think who is the holder of it, he will be the enjoyer of it. So, Purusaha sukha dukkhana bhoktrute turuchyate. Without Purusha, there is no Prakriti. So, there is no enjoyer, no enjoyment. So, Purusha is in the very background, so he is called the enjoyer. But in reality, he is unconcerned, uninvolved. No way, he is actionless. So he is not the doer, and the doer only enjoys everything. This confusion is due to our understanding. It changes every moment, because sometimes this Purusha is taken with the Prakriti. Purusha is known only by the Prakriti. So there is confusion in understanding. Without Prakriti, we don't know what is Purusha. Without the fire, we don't know what is matchstick, whether there is fire or not. When we see the fire, then only we know the matchstick has fire. So, who is the cause? Confusive. Sometimes we think the fire is there in the matchstick, but it is there only when it is visible. The next stanza says, Jada bhuta prithag bhavam ekastham anupasyati tata eva cha vistaram brahma sampadyate tada. When the whole variety of beings resting in the one, you understand and you see it. Ya anupasyati, one who sees it. And all these paid becomes many, then you should know it is Brahman, ever growing. When a man sees the whole variety of beings as resting in the one and spreading from that alone, he then becomes a Brahman. He becomes one with it. This is, you have no signal of time. Today you have also forgotten. So tomorrow we shall see it, this verse, how we should see all in one, one in all. This is also most interesting and it is so complicated. We are bewildered because of this only. Always we have doubts. How one becomes many, many becomes one. One who sees many in one, one in many, he sees the reality and he becomes the reality. Tomorrow we shall see. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavaseshyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai. Hare Om.